What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be wiring this garage today, so don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. Right guys, I don't really know what's happened to the video footage from this job, but it just seems to have not saved or been deleted. I can't find it anyway, but I have got pictures that I'm just going to have to do a voiceover for it. Right, so on this picture here you can see Ryan is cleating the armoured across. That's a 6mm 3-core SWA fed from a 40 amp circuit breaker, and that's going to be supplying a little 4-way consumer unit in the garage, which is a Fuse Box brand, and it's got a 40 amp RCD main switch and 2 circuits coming from that. So this is a bit of a close-up shot of the consumer unit that's in the garage. As you can see, like I said, it's a 40 amp 30 milliamp RCD as the main switch for this, with just 2 MCBs coming from there. We've got a 16 amp 2.5mm radial for a socket, which is mounted directly next to the mains board on the consumer unit, and a 6 amp which feeds one 4-foot batten light in the garage itself and one outside light, which I'll show you a picture of in a minute. So that's the outside light, which is mounted on the garage itself facing down the driveway. It's a 20 amp NVC Odessa light, which I really do like. They come with a little remote so you can change the settings, override the PII if you want, whatever. That's just got a permanent supply from the lighting feed, and there's a tiny whisker box right behind that light, which I'll show you the picture of that next. And as if by magic, that's the whisker box behind. I think, is it a 207 whisker box? I think that's the one it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I always mount them behind the lights like that. You can't see them from the front, they're only small, and it just makes life easy to change that light in the future should you ever need to. It's got a built-in PIR, it's just a permanent feed. 3-way goes in the back of that onto the flex that comes already fitted to the light. Really easy to install, and you don't have to take the bloody brackets off the light to screw the light up, which is a really bad pet peeve of mine. As you can see, it's a pretty simple install, this. Nice and straightforward. You've got the 6mm feed coming into the bottom of the fuse box, and you've got a 2.5 going straight into that socket, which is a 16 amp radial for itself. That's the only socket. And you've got a 1.5 coming out of the 6 amp circuit breaker, which feeds that switch, and then it goes up on the right hand side of that flexi conduit that goes to the outside light permanent feed. And then we've got a 3-core earth going on the left hand side of the switch as you look at it, up and over to the other door of the garage to another switch, which is just a 2-way switch for the light inside the garage, so you can turn it on from either door. So this here is the other switch, obviously it's not the one mounted next to the consumer unit. So as you can see there on the right hand side as you look at it, we've got the 3-core coming from the other switch, and on the left that will be a switch live and neutral going up to the actual light fitting, which is a 4-foot batten light LED in the centre of the garage. I don't normally wire my 2-way switches like this. This is obviously just made more sense because I was using the flexible conduit. It was the easiest way to do this. I'll put a little wiring diagram up on this. Well, can't really call this a video, can I? But I'll put a picture of the wiring diagram. But basically, you've just got a L1 and L2 on the 3-core, and then the neutral and earth obviously just gets Wago together, or in this case ideal insure connected together, and then you've got the common of this switch goes to the switch live of the light. So there's the finished switch, and I wish it was that easy in real life. Like I said, we've got the 3 core coming from the first switch next to the mains board, where I've used the grey as the neutral, which just joins through, goes straight up to the light fitting. And you've got L1 and L2 in the out of the 3 core, the brown and the black. And then we've got the switch live, which goes in the common straight up to the light fitting. Like I said, we don't normally wire them in this fashion. We do always take our feeds to the switches these days, but we normally take the switch wire from the same switch that the feed is at. Right, so there's pretty much the finished product for that. You can see on the right hand side just about the flexicon coming over from the mains board side, goes down to the switch and then up and over to the light. That's got a every so often has got a metal all round band wrapped around it also and fixed into the wood, just to stick with the non-combustible fixings regulation. And that's a 4-foot on light LED batten. So there's one last picture of the pretty much the finished product. And if you've stuck around this long to just a voiceover video, then I will treat you to a slight bit of video footage from this job, which wasn't really showcasing the work at all and seems to be the only video that I've got saved. So just enjoy the music of it really, because we had the DeWalt T-Stack radio playing at the same time.